I've always liked racing, been around racing my whole life, but not in a capacity of an announcer. And I went out to the Billy Joe Miles TNT group out of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, my hometown. It's kind of interesting because I just come back from Vietnam, and at that time in your life, there's a lot of different directions you can go. And a fellow named Drake Burns was one of the original TNT drivers, and he went to the same church I did. I think he saw something, and he said, "Hey, listen, we got this idea. Why don't you go tractor pulling with us?" And I'm going like, "Well, I've never been to tractor pulls in my life. I don't know what's going on, but I like to go. If it's got anything to do with motors, I'm really into it." So went to, those guys were notorious for picking you up and say, "Hey, let's go over here," and you'd wind up in East Jesus, West Virginia. I'm serious. Bill Joe Miles has done that before, and wound up on top of a bin, a silo type deal, and the ladder fell down. And the guy that climbed up there with him for 12 hours, they chased each other around trying to catch each other. By the end of the night, when it was cold, they were hugging each other, and they got off the silo, but that's a different story. So they took me to Houston Astrodome, and I'm all excited because I'm a young guy from Kentucky, and I'm going to Houston Astrodome, and it was a tractor pull, and they had introduced the young lady that was going to be the trophy queen. Her name was Susanna Zabarin. She was a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. And there was the puller out there. You notice I can't remember his name, but I remember her name. Oh, she was beautiful. So Billy Joe Miles took me out there and introduced me to the young lady, and introduced me to this gentleman that, again, that had won the event. And then he did something that changed my whole life. He did this. He handed me a microphone. Yeah, he handed me a microphone. And I'm looking around like, holy cow, there's 80,000 people in this building. There's only 52,000 people in my hometown, and I'm just white. And this young lady, Susanna, first name basis now, you know, for Susanna, we're standing, she said, "What's the matter?" And I said, "I've never talked in front of this many people in my life." And she gave me some of the best advice I've ever had as far as announcing. She said, "Don't talk to everybody, just talk to me." And that's the way that I've always tried to announce. Like, I'm just having a conversation with you, I'm telling you something, I'm listening to you and stuff like that. I've never really believed in the hollering and screaming and stuff like that. Yeah, that's part of a show. But what I wanted to do, in the time that I got into sport, I felt it was so important to really let people know that we were serious, and the work that went into these things, and how good a sport the sport could be and everything, and it worked. I had so many people call me, talk to me and talk about the technical end of it. Well, I didn't realize that, and I didn't realize there was designing the seats and the shock absorbers and all this stuff, and I was very proud of that. I felt like that was my contribution to the sport, going into people's homes every afternoon at 4:30 and explaining just what a good sport this is to the average person, and that's what I was trying to do, and I hope I got the job done.